Hello everybody. In today's video, we're going to learn the basics of TI programming, starting from the very beginning of how to create a program, how to write one, and then how to run it. So, when you want to create one, we're going to press Program, and you're going to be given three menus: Execute, Edit, and New. Those of you who have never programmed before are not going to have anything in the Execute and Edit menu. It'll just be blank. And just go over to New, and you can either press the number 1 or just press Enter to create a new program. Today, the example program we're going to use is one that will solve for the area of a quadrilateral. So we're going to name this Area. When you're done, press Enter, and now we can start creating the program. And at this point, you need to kind of think about what you want to do. And the first thing that I like to do in all of my programs is ensure that there is nothing on the screen. So I'm going to press Program again, and I'm going to encounter several lists: CTL, IO, Color, Exec, and Hub. Some of you won't have all of these if you're using an older device, but it doesn't matter. We're going to focus only on these two, CTL and IO. And in the IO section, we're going to scroll on down to number 8, or you can just press the number 8 on your keyboard to insert this program, or this command called Clear Home. And what this does is just deletes everything on the screen in order to run your program. Then, I want to see, well, if I'm solving for the area of a quadrilateral, in this case, let's just focus on rectangles and squares, then I need to know what the length and the width is. So I need a new line to figure that out. And on this new line, I'm going to press Program again, go over to IO, and go down to 2, Prompt. Now this prompt command tells the calculator to ask me for something. And what is it asking me for? Well, let's say variable L and variable W for length and width. Then I press Enter to get a new line. Once my calculator has length and width, I want it to do something with that. So I want length to be multiplied by width. And then I need that to be stored as something. It can get stored as A for area. And the store button is this one down here that says stow right above the on. When you press that, you're going to get an arrow. And we're going to store length and width as A for area. Now, once the calculator has done that calculation, I need to tell it what to do next. And so I go to Program, and I want disp, which is display. And your calculator will naturally display things on line 1 to start, and then every subsequent thing that it displays will go on different lines. So I want it to display, for today, all 3 variables: length, width, and area. And it's going to display length on the first line, width on the second, and area on the third, but it won't tell you what those are. It's just going to spit out numbers, unless we tell it to show me something specific. And we can by using the output command. Output opens up with the parentheses, and there are always 3 things that need to go in output command: the line number, the column number, and then what you want to be displayed there. So L is going to be spit out first. And so on line 1, column 1, I want the program to display the word length. And when you put letters in quotes, the calculator realizes that that is not a variable. This is not L times E times N times G. This is a word called length. And since W is my second display, it's going to be displayed on the second line, but I don't want to forget what it is. So, on the second line, in the first column, I want width to be shown. And then finally, I also want A. And since A was the third variable in the display, it will be shown on the third line. So on that third line, I'm just going to write area so that I remember what that number is. And then at the end, you need to tell your program to stop. Right? It needs to know when it's done. So we write stop. Now when you are done with the program, just press second, quit. Once you quit, everything will be saved, and you need to go to program, and now you're going to find your program called area. And when you execute it, you press enter again, and it's going to ask you for L. Let's say the length is 2, and the width is 3. We would expect our area to be 6. Let's see. Now there's a problem. Length, width, and area are displayed correctly, but these numbers are not. And the reason why is that that length and width, right, that L and W that it prompted me for, are still kind of there on the calculator. So, to correct the mistake, program. Now we're going to edit area. And after the program has prompted me for L and W, I'm going to insert a line that tells it to delete the screen again. This way it'll get rid of that prompt, and now my L, W, and A should all be aligned. Let's check. Area, 5, 5, and now everything's lined up because that prompt was deleted by the clear home command. Okay. There are a lot more programs you can make. This is one you probably wouldn't in real life because length and width is pretty easy to multiply on your own, but I hope this helps you understand the basics of getting started in programming. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.